Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Adam.mangar, and welcome to another video. This is my first video, second video technically. If you didn't watch the first video was just a quick montage, um, video edits, whatever it is. But we got new content coming up. I'm guessing if you clicked on this video, you want to be a graduate assistant coach. You might be a current manager in college basketball, whether that's men's basketball or women's basketball. And I was a manager for 3 years, and now I am going to be a graduate assistant. So let's talk. A little background about me. I was never a college hooper. The most I played basketball was in high school, and I didn't come in with clout or a highlight reel. I came with a chip on my shoulder. I was a student manager for the Florida Atlantic women's basketball team for 3 full seasons. What that meant was everything from rebounding to cleaning up spills to assisting with logistics, behind the scenes logistics, packing gear, taping boxes, carrying food, setting up the clock, keeping stats, whatever the team needed. And I did that without complaining. And yeah, obviously there were some nights where I was, right after practice, I was dead tired, sweating, and still had class, right? But I knew the long game. I wasn't trying to be noticed. What is a GA? Being a GA isn't about coaching just yet. It's about being useful, reliable. You're basically kind of doing what a student manager does, but you're doing a little more. Some days you're the video guy. Some days you're the driver. Some days you're folding jerseys at midnight, making sure the locker room's spotless, or trying to find a hotel printer that works an hour before tip-off to print out practice plans, whatever. And here's the thing. Nobody owes you respect when you walk into that role. You earn that respect by being consistent, respectful, and prepared. And that's what I did. And I'm going to be a GA, right? And this is all from what I was told from my mentor. And a GA is a hybrid of a coach. You're an ops assistant. You're basically a Swiss Army knife. And if you're not flexible or dependable or humble, you won't last. And you've got to have that hustleness. You have to have the grit to be elite in what you do. The second part right there, often unpaid, but it provides free school, meals, access, right? There's positives. There's a lot of positives that come out with being a GA. Most of the schools will likely pay for your tuition. I mean, you're getting a free master's, right? So, and this is a vital stepping stone for coaching, but it doesn't even have to be coaching. It could be administration, career in sports. It could be a lot of things. So let's talk tips now, specific tips that I've got for all of you guys that want to be a GA and how to get there. So this might be the most slept on tip right here. Show up when you're not needed or when nobody asks you to. And when I was at FAU, I didn't wait for a text from my dobo to show up to work. I'd pop in early to make sure practice was set. I was always the first manager there for practice, for games. I'd walk into the gym. If there was any players there, I'd rebound for them, even on off days. And sometimes I'd even sit in the film room, even when I wasn't assigned to be in the film room. I would just, be there. And the coaches were very welcoming. They're not going to tell you, hey, get out of film room. Like, they're obviously, all you got to do is ask. And they will love that initiative. And that stuff really gets noticed. And then that's when you start building that trust with the coaches. And then you're in the room for real conversations, and that builds good connections. And that starts with the presence, not just attendance. You're not just there. You got to be present. You got to be active. And, show coaches that you're committed without asking for anything, right? Just do it. And how you do it is you become present and not just available. So this one's simple, but very serious. And I take this very seriously because I am an elite person at my job, right? And being a manager was such a thankless job, and I would always do above and beyond. And I was everything. I was the water guy, I was the sweat mop guy, the jersey sorter, the bag handler during travel trips, road trips. But I never treated the job like it was beneath me, and I treated it like it was mine to own. And if if you're not doing your job, so if the clock's not working, you got to make sure that's working. Or the water's half empty, or the locker room's a mess, that's on you. And you have to handle the little stuff like it's your name on it. All the behind the scenes stuff, that's on your name. And you have a support staff to help you, of course. You're not just doing it yourself. But taking that initiative to even just do it yourself. And even with, like I said, even without asking. Like, if you just do it, the coaches will notice that. And they're going to be like, wow, like, Adam did this without asking. Like, he just did it. And that's what we needed, right? But that obviously takes time. You need to be adjusted to the program. You need to know how the program runs, how the coach is running that program. The truth is, how you do the small stuff is honestly how you'll be trusted with the big stuff. So do the small stuff. Trust me. Even if it means wiping that floor, wipe that floor. Run as fast as you can. Player falls down, you're running 50 miles an hour to wipe that floor. They notice that. The coaches notice that. That's hustle. That's grit. And they start trusting you with more stuff, more big responsibilities that you would not even think in your first year you would be doing that next season or the season after. So here's where you go from average to valuable. Pay attention to the inefficiencies. Write that stuff down, or keep it to yourself. Don't be loud about it. Just analyze it and then ask yourself, can I solve this quietly? And if not, find a coach. Find your dobo you trust and say, hey, coach, here's something I noticed. I have an idea. If the coach wants you to pitch the idea. Make sure that it will actually help the program. Even if it's behind the scenes stuff, ask them and they will give you advice. And most of the time they'll say go for it. Obviously, like I said, find someone you can trust in the program, and that takes time to finding someone you can trust. And it took me a while. It took me about a year or two, probably in the second season, to actually find someone that I can trust within the staff to talk through my ideas. So that's how you go from helper to asset. And here's another tip I got for all of you. Don't overstep. You have to know you got to stay in your lane, right? Especially very early on. Don't start talking in recruiting meetings. Don't or like I said, or correcting players unless a coach empowers you to. But go the extra mile inside your lane. So if you're asked to cut film, learn how to label, tag, or timestamp like a pro, do film, stay in that lane, right? And do the extra mile in film. If you're helping with meals, make sure you're taking that extra mile to make sure that players are handled first. And you have to build that trust before trying to be creative. You have to be consistent before you try to be impressive. You have to earn your voice. So by earning your voice, that's how you do it. Going that extra mile, but staying in your lane. Especially very early if you're just starting out. Once you start getting the coaches to trust you, they let you be free with your duties, you can probably ask for a little more, right? So, it's all about patience and staying in your lane. Now, this tip, it honestly goes for literally like any career or business. But in this business, if you want to work in this field, you gotta put yourself in that room. And last year, or this past year, the Final Four that just happened, I had the opportunity to attend it and met a lot of managers, a lot of dobos, people that actually want to work in this field. And it's really, really awesome because you can actually relate to them. They understand your frustrations. They understand what you do because you're doing the same work as they are. The behind the scenes stuff, the logistics. So the Final Four, honestly, I think, Like, you're not just there obviously for the game. They have the WBCA convention. They have coaching clinics within the convention. Go even if you feel like the smallest fish in the room. Shake hands, say your name, tell people what you do, ask questions, but don't go asking for jobs. If you see a head coach, like either in men's basketball, women's basketball assistant coach, you're not there to ask for jobs. I would say, yeah, create business cards. But before obviously you do that, just go up to them, go up to the coaches, and ask for wisdom, ask for tips, and follow up. DM people after once you get their contact, add them on LinkedIn or Twitter, whatever it is, and obviously congratulate them. Obviously do a little research. And what I would do actually at the convention when I'm walking around, I would see, most of the coaches wearing their school quarter zip or polo shirts or something, or their backpacks. And if I don't know who they are, right, I would just go on Google and type in like whatever, SMU women's basketball roster, and go on the coaching staff and see who it is, read their bio, and then once I get information on them, research on them, I would go up to them and say, hey, coach so-and-so, my name's Adam, from Florida Atlantic University. I'm a manager or graduate assistant. Nice to meet you. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I would like to connect on social media for tips. And then, just and be very personal with them. Be very personal. Say, if they did really good last year, say, or if they won the conference championship last year or something, say, oh, and by the way, congrats on winning the conference championship this past season. You guys did awesome. You guys seem like a great program, and I would like to know how you did that. And get very active on social media. Interact with whoever you can, Dobos, coaches, GAs, anyone at the convention. And even on social media, people will post, coaches, whoever. They will post job leads. They will give you advice. And be visible, not loud. And there's a difference in that for sure. If you don't have a mentor, get one ASAP, as soon as possible. I have a lot of mentors, right? I've got one from Texas A&M, right? He used to be with us at FAU. But anyone, it could be assistant coaches, it can be dobos, it can be ex-managers. They all, and my current main mentor always gives me advice, and I didn't even know I needed. So find someone who's walked the path as you, kind of has the same story, and ask them to, let you in. Watch how they move, learn from them, learn what they value. That's how you level up. So get a mentor. Trust. So my message to all of you, if you're watching this video, if you're a current student manager right now for any program, any basketball program right now, women's basketball, men's basketball, in any division, 1, 2, or 3, even JUCO, NAIA, even high school, right? If you're a student manager for a high school team, or you're already a manager and you're trying to be a GA, you're trying to take that next level, just like how I did, right? Now I'm in step 2 now. I'm going to be a GA, all right? Or you just love college hoops and you don't know how to get in the business, right? Like me. Like I said, I don't have any college experience. I never played college basketball, right? But this is how you get in. Start where you are and be elite at it. And don't chase titles, chase trust. And be so consistent that your name gets brought up in rooms when you're not even there. Just take these tips as much as you can. Stay humble, hungry, consistent. You gotta stay in your lane, like I said, and be very reliable. That, like I said, when you're in the office, like they're gonna talk about you if you have that hustleness and that grit. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Quick presentation, quick tips and tricks, and drop a comment if you have any other questions. I will be glad to answer them. DM me, reach out. My Twitter, at adam.mangar_, as well. You guys can email me as well. And, we're all climbing together. I'm 21. I'm still young. I'm still learning, right? But these are tips that I've gotten from mentors, from people that I networked with, and I'm just going to share it with all of you. If you guys don't even know where to start, this is the starting point on how to get to that next level. So, like I said, I'm still learning, right? And if I can do it, you guys can do it too. take initiative, stay hungry, stay humble, stay consistent. So I appreciate y'all. Like, comment, please subscribe, because I will have much more content as well. And, whether you guys want day in the life of a GA, when I do begin my new position, I will be glad to do something like that. Any new content that you guys want. This is just a tips and tricks for anyone that wants to start in this business, in this field. And yeah, really appreciate you guys. Make sure you please subscribe. Would love if you guys would subscribe, so we can get more content and better videos coming on the way for sure. So thank you guys so much, and appreciate y'all, and we'll see you guys hopefully next time.